All right, guys, so what we're going to do today is we're officially starting the group chat of 11/21/2018. So far, we got Mr. Taylor, Ms. Shannon, Nathan, Devin, and Mari on with us, and I'm sure we'll have some other people. We're doing it at a different time, though, because Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and most people are going to be hanging out with their family during Thanksgiving. So what we're going to do today is a couple different things. I just hit 450,000 in sales. Is that right? 450,000. It was actually 453,000. I actually just got an invoice paid, so it's actually 455,000 now in sales so far for the year of 2018. I want to go over there's a 5-part process. I've never taught this before. There's a 5-part process that I use that it's the exact steps I've taken to hit 455,000 in sales. I'm going for $500,000 for the year. And this is just phone flipping sales. This isn't next level sales or anything else. Next level, the payments for that is ran through a different merchant processor that actually runs through a separate LLC and goes to, it's a whole nother thing. This is strictly sales for phone flipping. $455,000 in sales. And, a couple tablets, a few laptops. In there's probably, I do a few tablets a month and a couple laptops, but it's electronics, right? It's our business. So that is profit simply from the stuff that we're going over. So there's a 5-part process I want to go over and share with you guys that I've used to hit this. And this process, guys, is proven to work. It's systematic. You can apply it in your business, and you can do it over and over again until you hit your goals. So if you're like, whatever your goals are, if you just want to do, if you just want to do this part-time, make an extra $500 a week and profit, you can. You still want to follow the system. What's up, Yosef? Good to see you back on here with us. You still want to follow this 5-part process, though, and once you hit your numbers, you just kind of stop, right? So, once I hit my numbers with this, I stop. Now, sometimes I get more motivated. Sometimes I'm jacked up, and I hit it hard all the time. Sometimes I take it easy. Like on, I think it was Sunday, I just picked up one phone. I kind of bullshitted. I had a really good week. I think it was like $4,000 last week in profit or something like that. It was like $4 or $5,000. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to relax a little bit. I went to the mall. They had these custom-made stuff. I bought some stuff for Mom. I bought some stuff for Dad. I bought some shoes for me. I bought these really nice shoes, guys, which anyone could go buy. They're only like $110, but, they're pretty nice, right? It's nice. I was wearing them yesterday at the gym. I'm like, shit, this feels good. So I just hung out, right? So I'm not saying you should work like a gazillion hours, right, or 1,000 hours a week on this, but you set your goals. All right, Aaron, my goal is I just want to make another, I just want to make another $500 a week in profit doing this. Or maybe, Aaron, I want to make $52,000 a year. Or, Aaron, I want to be like you, make that $5,000 to $10,000 a month in profit and hit it pretty fucking hard. So you can follow this formula and apply it to hit your goals. And it's good to know what your goals are. We've talked about this in other videos, but it's good to spend some time with yourself or with your significant other. What are your goals, right? The way this business is usually if you work a little bit more, you make a little bit more. Now, you can also do things, though, to shorten that. So you can, improve your skill set. You can get people to drive to you. You can improve your negotiations and get really good at getting ads to stick. That way you're working less and actually making more because if, you can get, guys, none of my ads stick, even me. Not all of my ads stick. But if you can get 70% of your ads to stick over the different platforms, right? About 70% of my ads stick on LetGo. Not all of them stick, but most of them do. Same with Marketplace, right? Not all of them do, but about 70%. OfferUp, I'm having some issues, so I'm fine with OfferUp. I'm actually kind of just using OfferUp for the reach-out method now. Craigslist, I got the VA. He's on it most of the time. Sometimes it's not. And then you can combine that with the skills of negotiating, of getting people down in price, and closing deals, which is really just a script and some of that subtle stuff we talked about on Monday's chat. You can get really good. So you can work not that much and make pretty good money. I'm working about, 25 to 35 hours a week on the business. So it's not even full time. And if the week's a little bit slower, then I just work a little bit less and make a little bit more. But I don't want anyone here to think that, oh shit, in order to do $100,000 a year, or in order to do $50,000 a year, I'm going to have to work 50, 60 hours a week. You won't. If you keep improving your skill set and keep staying committed to this, you can, I'd say for about $1,000 a week, once you get good, right, I'd say about maybe 20, 25 hours a week. You should be able to hit that goal. Now it's going to take some time. When I bought David's program, guys, I was doing the phone flipping thing full time. I was watching his videos. I was taking action. I was applying all the stuff that I learned from other platforms or from books and stuff in the past. And I was creating the script, right? So you guys have access to the script. I had to create the script. figuring out how to get ads to stick. I had to kind of figure that out. So you can skip a lot of the learning curve. But in the beginning, like I was trying all this stuff and some of it was working, some of it wasn't. I kind of got my niches down. I'm really good at messaging. I'm really good at certain platforms. I would post in Facebook groups, for example, and Facebook groups really didn't work out too good for me. I did get some leads. I still get leads from there, but I got mainly the leads I got were from the apps and the marketplace and Craigslist. So I just focused on there. There's people in Next Level guys that like don't use Craigslist. Like if Steve Muccio's on here, Steve, last time I talked to him, does not use Craigslist. He's done up to $28,000. He's at $25,000 months because you try out all these platforms, you try out 5 Miles and all these other ones, and you're like, these are the ones that work good for me. And then you take that and you run with it. Same thing with messaging, right? If you're not good at negotiating through messaging, which probably no one is because you're not going to learn how to they don't teach you that in school. There's not a class on how to sell and negotiate through message negotiation. So you have to learn that. You got to go through the training. You're going to mess some stuff up. It's going to be painful, but you'll eventually get a rhythm down. And then it's like, all right, you just kind of do this rhythm over and over again. Like when I bought his program, I was just full phone flipping for like 3 months, or it was like 2 months, one part-time on my job. Then I started to have a little bit more of a life. Then I eventually quit my job. I'm not saying you got to quit your job, by the way. You can do this with the job. I've had people join Next Level that got like big careers that are making like 100, 200K a year. And they just want to do this part-time when they're out and about. And I totally respect that, right? Our goals don't have to be the same in order for us both to benefit from this business. Just like people that go to the gym. People that go to the gym, some of them want to just be healthy there. Some of them want to have a stronger heart. Some of them want to lose weight. Some of them want to put on muscle. Some of them want to do multiple things. It's not like if my goals for the gym are different than yours, it's not like we can't both benefit from the gym and we're not both equally the same, if that makes sense, right? As long as now, if you're suppressing your desire, that's one thing. If you don't think it's possible for you to make $1,000 a week, so you say your goal is only $500 a week when really you want to make $1,000 or $2,000 a week, well, then I would say that's not good. We want to become the person you're supposed to be. Go after your goals fully, but that's kind of a different subject. Devin says, will there be a replay? Absolutely, Devin. I will post a replay of this. How many more leads do you get from paid Facebook ads? I'm getting about 5 leads a day from paid Facebook ads. No worries, Devin. I'll post it in the group. It won't be an issue. You can also listen to this one when you're driving on your car, too, because you can click the link and it will automatically load the app. But either way, just so you guys know. So with that said, I want to go over the 5-part process. Never taught this before. I want to go over the 5-part process. Nathan's just going to work 24/7 and going to make like $3 million a year, I guess, which totally cool. So there's a 5-part process I've used at $450,000. So I want to go over that. And then I want to talk about how to list items, if it's clean IMEI or bad IMEI. And the reason I want to do this is I used to list all phones as bad IMEI because I didn't know what I was doing. Now there's a time and a place to list phones as clean IMEI and a time and a place to list phones as bad IMEI. Like, for example, I list 10 to 15 items a month on eBay as clean IMEI. And those items pretty much stay clean. I haven't gotten a return in the last 4 months from one phone that I sold as clean IMEI going bad. Obviously, the benefit of selling clean IMEI is it sells for a little bit more. You can make another $50, $70, $80. So another 10 to 15 items that I'm selling as clean IMEI instead of bad IMEI, that's like another $1,000 a week in profit. And there's a format to follow for that. Now, sometimes you want to sell as bad IMEI because there's a good chance it's going to go bad. So I want to, after I go over this 5-part process, I want to share with you the what to look for and how to determine if you should list something as clean IMEI and bad IMEI. And it can be a little different for you personally, so we'll go after that as well. So give me a 1 in the chat if this sounds like a good group chat and this is something you might be able to get excited for and you might be able to learn something from this as long as I deliver what I promise I'm to deliver. The good thing, though, is I do this, unlike a bunch of the other teachers, me and David do this full time. You guys see me do this full time, right? You guys see me do this full time. I only teach you guys stuff that I do. I haven't read this in a book, and then I made this course based on theory that might have worked in a book or something I did 5 years ago. I'm doing this like every single day now, so I only teach you guys stuff that works. And you guys see it. If you guys go through like the text message conversations or some of the other replays that are already in your back office at Next Level, you'll see me putting up ads. You'll see my ads that have stuck and the exact titles, words, and descriptions I use, which you can all go through. They're already in your back office, and you can just copy those and get probably a good percentage of your ads to stick to. I have lots of conversations where I go line by line for my personal conversation. Some of them are deals I close right away. Some of them are deals that I got to follow up with for a few days. Some of them are deals I follow up with for a month and then I don't get. Some of them are deals where I got to handle like 10 different objections and it takes 2 hours, but I eventually close them. There's one of them that's a really good one I recommend everyone go watching. It is if you go the script helping you close deals through Messenger. It's lesson number 10. I started negotiating with this guy on Facebook, and I just started recording the screen as I started negotiating. We went back and forth for 15 minutes live. He's typing, I'm typing, and I'm literally breaking down exactly what I'm saying, why I'm saying it as he's typing. I just so happened to start recording the screen as we started negotiating. It took 15 minutes for me to get him down in price, right? But I eventually got him down in price. I went and bought the phones. That whole recording is already in your back office. You guys already have access to that and over 30 over message negotiations. Nathan, I love that. Sounds good. Did someone else just hop? Matt, good to see you, Matthew. Good to see you here. So that's what we're going to do. So let's dive into it. So there's a 5-part process. The 5-part process I've followed that allowed me to do 450K so far this year. And I'm going for $500,000. My goal is to do another 50K and close out the year at over $500,000. So step number one, and you might want to write this down if you think this might be beneficial. Step number one is, so when I bought David's program, us as humans are kind of funny, okay? So when I bought David's program, I bought his program at like midnight, and I started going through training for 4 hours. I go through the first couple of videos, and the first thing David said, what's up, Remy? First thing David said is, David says, Aaron, well, he didn't say my name, but he said, you got to put up some Craigslist ads. So after I watched the video of him saying you got to put up Craigslist ads, I stopped. I closed the program. I went to Craigslist. I created a few Craigslist accounts. I used my number and a couple of friends to verify them, and I got like 12 ads up that day. And it was like 8 or 12 ads up that night, and then I went to bed. I figured out the exact next step I had to figure out in order for me to be successful in this big picture phone flipping business, and I went and took action and completed that task, and then I went to bed. I knew nothing about appraising. I didn't know what a bill of sale was then. I didn't know how to appraise. I didn't know any of that. I didn't know what to do when you meet up with the customer. But none of that was important. All that was important was figuring out the next small micro step I need to take to be successful in this business. And he said to put up ads. David was making more money than me, and he's still making more money than me at the time. So I figured making ads was the first step. So let me go ahead and take care of this next step before I get to the next part. Us as humans, what we like to do is we are on step 2 trying to figure out what, and we really need to figure out how to go from step 2 to 3, but us as humans are trying to figure out how to go to step 200. I do this too. So a few months ago was my birthday, and I decided I want to lose some weight. So that night, guys, I find myself watching YouTube videos on how to get a 6-pack and how to get an 8-pack. Guys, I had like 50, 60 pounds of fat just on me, right? And I lost some of that, but I'm still losing some of it. Lost about 40 pounds so far, and now I'm going to keep losing some more weight. But, guys, let me ask you guys a question. If I wanted to get the 6-pack, should I have been watching videos on how to get abs, how to certain ab workouts to get my abs defined, or would it have been more beneficial for me to just figure out how to lose some fat so I could lose some of my stomach and eventually get my abs to show? Which one? Number 1 or number 2? What do you guys think? That's right. No beer belly, says Timothy. You guys are absolutely right. Should have been going through training on just how to get to the next step. Guys, let me lose some. Where I was at now, I couldn't even get any abs. Didn't matter how much I lifted or how many supplements I took if I was going to take supplements. The abs weren't going to show. Let's get the fat down first. Let's complete step 1. And then once I got the least amount of fat, then I can figure out how to get abs. So the first thing I do, guys, is I always focus on the next step. I focus on what is the next step I need to get. So when I look at people's businesses, because I do these chats with you guys and I do coaching calls and I do my stuff, usually people are at a place to where, so let's say, let's just make up some examples. And we're going to go ahead and turn this off because I'm talking to you guys tonight. So let's figure this out. So let's say someone comes into the business and they're getting a couple leads a day. They're getting a couple leads a day. Should they go through training on message negotiations, or, guys, let me turn off my phone because it's just getting annoying. Should they go through trainings on message negotiations? Should they go through training on how to appraise items, or should they go watch some videos on how to get some leads? Dang, you guys are already on it. You guys already completed my sentence. Timothy says getting leads. Taylor says getting leads. Nathan says getting leads. Shannon says leads. You guys are right. They should go watch some training on how to get leads. Now, let's say they go watch some training, right? They watch a couple videos on posting ads on the apps in the marketplace. And they see a video of mine that says you need to get a few different Let Go accounts. They haven't even set up their first Let Go account on their personal account, but there's a video about how to get multiple Let Go accounts. Should they go watch that training and then get multiple Let Go accounts, or should they just set up one Let Go account and post ads on one Let Go account? What do you guys think? They should probably focus just on not getting a bunch of it. Some people, they're always prepared. I'm going to get 8 Let Go accounts and 20 Craigslist accounts and a bunch of Facebook accounts, and then I'll post ads. One account, log into the account, post the ads. Now they post the ads and the ads get flagged, right? Do they need to go to the next video on how to appraise any item? Do they need to go to the video on how to hire a VA? Or do they need to go maybe watch some more training, maybe go through a hot and cold theory video about how to get ads to stick? They need to go through a hot and cold video about how to get ads to stick, sticky ads. And Timothy asked Timothy, I've been posting on my same marketplace account for now 6 months, haven't had any issues. I got a gazillion ads there. That's right. So what you want to do in your business is, see, I can't do this for you, but I can teach you how to do it. So what you want to do in your business is you want to figure out your business, look in your business, and break it down to very micro, small steps, and figure out what you need to go to do from step one, just the next little step, the smallest step you could take. I'm sure if Remy guys went from $2,000 to like 16 or 17 grand in like 2.5, almost 3 months. I'm sure if we asked Remy, and you could verify in the chat, that Remy just figured out where he was at, started taking actions to get to the next step, and then did it again. Didn't watch all the training, right? But didn't take a bunch of action either. Probably was a combination of both. Taking action, training, and that's where you're going to be very successful in this business. And most people do one over the other. Most people prefer to take a lot of action and not study. Then you have the other people that prefer to study a lot and not take any action. We all tend to go through one of those. So mine is I prefer to just take action and not study. I'm happy just action, no study. So I actually got to stop myself and say, all right, Aaron. Abraham Lincoln said if he was going to chop down a tree, he would spend the first 4 hours sharpening his axe. If he was going to chop down trees for 6 hours, he would spend the first 4 hours sharpening his axe. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're sharpening our axe. We're getting better skills. We're improving our skills and going through training. There's over 80 hours of training in the back office of Next Level. You don't have to read any books or go to seminars or buy anything else to make $1,000 a week in profit, if not more, in this business. Everything you need is in the back office of Next Level. You got to ask yourself, all right, do I need to spend time? Am I spending too much time learning? And do I need to spend more time taking action? Or am I taking action and maybe I'm running into problems? I haven't gone through any training. I'm only at 6, 8, 10, 15 grand a month. Time for me to go watch some videos in the back office. Needs to be a combination of both. Focus on the next step, and it's usually fixing problems. You're only a series of actions away from the results that you want in your business, and usually you're going to run into problems. If making money was easy, everyone would be making money. There's a reason only like 2% of people make over 100 grand a year, not more, because they run into a couple problems, and then they think the problems are just they don't solve the problems, right? You want to run into problems. The more problems you run into, the more money you're going to make. Unsuccessful people don't like problems. Successful people are okay with problems, and massively rich people actually create problems. Rich people that make a lot of money purposely create problems that need solving. I'm talking, me and David Kosciuszko talk fairly frequently. Sometimes we do it through Messenger, sometimes we do it on the phone, sometimes we do it through a one-on-one like a Zoom chat call. He's telling me he's doing about $1 million a year now. He wants to go to $3 million. Guys, what did David just do? David just created a problem. David purposefully created a problem. He wants to go to $3 million a year. So now he can start taking action to solve it. And David talks about it. David says, I'm not looking for the video on how to go from 10 million to 20 million. I'm looking for the training on how to go from 1 million, 1.5, 2 million, 2.5, 3 million. Small steps, because as businesses change, if you read some books on business, there's different things you need to do to go from like nothing to $1,000 a week. You go from $1,000 a week to $2,000 a week to $5,000 a week, $10,000 a week, and the thing that got you to $2,000 a week won't get you to $10,000 a week. But the thing that gets you from $10,000 to $20,000 a week, that thing won't get you from $1,000 to $2,000 a week. So you want to figure out the steps you're on and go to the next step. So that's number one. Step number one is focus on the next step, the smallest step in fixing the problem in front of you. The good news is when you do this, it's actually very easy to be successful, because if there's only a handful of problems we have. Let's say the problem is I'm not getting enough leads from my ads. You can go watch an hour video I have and learn some skills on how to write better copy. You could also go get a couple more accounts, create those accounts, and start posting ads on those accounts. So you get a few let goes, a few marketplaces, a few more Craigslist accounts, and you can combine those things, and literally in a few hours you could have fixed that problem by posting better ads that are written better so you get more leads, writing ads that stick more, and then creating and getting multiple accounts. You can learn each of those skills in about an hour in the back office of Next Level. See, so if the issue is not getting enough leads, you can fix that in literally and then you got to take action on it and post the ads. You can fix that in a day, though. That can be fixed in a day. Then you start getting leads. Now you don't know how to appraise them. You go watch the videos on how to appraise items. I got a few videos like that. You can watch that video. It takes you how long? 15, 20 minutes. I got one video about it, and then I got a few in the group chats. And if you just scroll through, it'll say how to appraise any item. You can watch a couple of those videos. In an hour, you can learn exactly how to appraise any item, even if there's no items to compare it to. Then what's the next step? The next step's text negotiations, right? I got over 35 now, line-by-line text negotiations in the back office of Next Level. Ones that I've done, ones that I've critiqued students on. So you could spend 1 or 2 hours a day going through that training, and that's probably going to be the longest part. If you suck, you're not going to go from sucking to being really good in a day, which you might be able to if you go through 10 hours of training. But if you go through a couple hours of training every day for a couple weeks, and you combine that with practicing on 20, 30 leads a day, where you think your skills are going to be. Your skills are going to go from here, even if they suck, to really, really, really good in just a few short weeks. So give me a 1 in the chat if this is kind of making sense. Step number 1 is we got to focus on the next step, fixing the problem in front of you, and doing it small steps by steps. Guys, I don't want to sound what's it called where you I don't want to boost my own ego, guys. But go through my training. Don't listen. Don't watch. There's no need to watch YouTube videos. There's no need to read any forums, right? Aaron, I'm going to go on Google and watch and type in how to flip phones on Google. Well, you might get some good advice. You might not, though. You might get someone that hired a VA to write an article and they SEO'd it up to the top of Google so they can try to sell some ClickBank stuff, right? But if you're going to go through my training, my shit's going to work. Just go through my training. Grant Cardone talks about, and David's training, right? Go through both of our trainings. Grant Cardone talks about what a lot of people do is it's like a parachute, right? In order to be successful, you have to open up your parachute and it's got to fill with air. So your parachute's like this. You got to open it up and fill it with air and fill it with information. But if you open it up too much, what happens? The air isn't in there, and it actually falls out, and you go and you fall to the ground and you die. Follow a couple people that are successful, and that's that. If you're following air, I'm not in other people's Facebook groups. There's other people that have Facebook groups. I'm not in their Facebook groups. I know my stuff works. I know David's stuff works. You start getting in too many groups, you're going to get conflicting information. Find 1 or 2 mentors, 1 or 2 people to follow, and follow them and make sure that they're successful and make sure that they have a lot of students, a lot of members, a lot of people they taught their information to that are successful, and just follow them. Just because someone posts something doesn't mean the information's good. There's a guy, guys. Anyone here want to know a secret? There's a guy, guys. He's on Facebook. He's got a Facebook group. So he's got a free Facebook group that some of you guys are in. On his Facebook, he talks about being like the best phone flipper ever. He bought Next Level a couple months ago. He bought Next Level. Now I reversed everything, and he's not in Next Level anymore. But you know, he says he's the best. He's buying Next Level. Not 100% sure what's going on there. Find 1 or 2 people that are successful and follow them to the top. Yeah, he might have been spying. I mean, he bought it, right? He bought it. It wasn't like anything. It wasn't like a fraud thing. He bought the program, right? And then me and him had to have a talk, and I was like, we got to talk, buddy. I'm not going to tell who it is, but some of you guys are in this free group because I saw his group and I was researching him. Some of you guys are in his group. Probably taking advice from him from the dude that buys Next Level. So we'll leave it like that, right? So focus on the next step. Fix the problem in front of you. Find a couple people to listen to, and that's that, guys. I followed David's program, and that's that. And then I took all the information I've learned from going through self-improvement for over the last 11, 12 years. I applied that to create all the additional stuff in Next Level, and that's where I stopped. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, my friends. Chris Kripe, my friends. Number 2, guys. Guys. Who wants to guess what number 2 is? I preach on it all the time. Step number 1 is focus on the next step. Fix the problems in front of you. Listen to a couple people. That's that. What's step number 2? Someone tell me what step number 2 is. Focus on the. Nathan says set things on fire. Nathan, that monster drink you had might have been too much. I'm not sure. Step number 2, guys, is it starts with a B. Focus on the. Someone tell me what it is. Step number 2 is focus on the. Business. Chris Kripe hit it on the head. That's well, Chris has been on these. I think me and Chris have known each other for about a year now too. Focus on the basics, guys. Says Shannon. You guys are focus on the basics, guys. Let me ask you guys a question. Person number 1. So we're going to call him Johnny. So Johnny, guys, gets in the phone flipping business. And he says, you know what? I'm going to do it my own way. I'm going to set up a website and get people to mail phones to me. And I'm going to run ads and do SEO and do a bunch of stuff for the website. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for websites where people can buy phones in bulk. And I'm going to try to set up with meetings in Apple to buy their phones in bulk. Okay, and I actually did that. I called Apple, and you have to apply to get items directly from Apple, a business, and they're not even accepting any applications. So I did some of this shit, which is the only reason I know. I'm going to try to figure out how to buy. I'm going to try to find the secret website that I can buy iPhone Maxes from that no one else knows about, that no one has been successful yet buying them from to sell on eBay. And then I'm going to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and find out how to get past iCloud locked phones. That's Johnny. Then you have Bob. Bob says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to follow the blueprint. I'm not going to try to reinvent a wheel. I'm not going to try to figure it out on my own. I'm just going to follow the blueprint. So I'm going to put up ads like Aaron tells me to do. I'm going to respond to leads like Aaron tells me to do. I'm going to get some of my ads removed. I'm going to get told no a few times. I'm going to get some people that flake. I'm going to get some people that show up with the wrong item. I'm also going to get some people that show up with the right item, though. I'm going to get some ads that stick. I'm going to get some deals, and I'm going to make some money. Person number 1 or person number 2 at the end of the month, who's going to have more money in their bank account from flipping electronics at the end of the month, if we were to guess? Chris says Johnny's not going to make it. And then I'm going to set things on fire and blow stuff up. Number 2. That's right. Person number 2 will. One of the things I see a lot of people do is they get distracted. They get distracted from the basics. If you guys come and hung out with me, so let's say that George is like, Aaron, I'm going to come hang out with you. I'm like, well, George, I wake up kind of late, and, sometimes I just get up and go, and I don't brush my teeth right. So, I don't know, maybe my breath's not the prettiest. I don't know. You can come hang out with me, George, but if you hang out with me, I'm not doing anything different than what I'm teaching you and what I've shown you through all the replays in the group chats that you guys already have access to. I'm putting up ads. I'm responding to leads. Guys, when the prospect says no, that they want more money, I say the same line from the script. I was trying to close an XR today, and it was the same thing. The guy said, "Hey, I need 150." I said, I understand. I said, "Listen, you have a great phone. Because I buy and sell, the highest I can go is 150, but I can meet you today with cash." I'm doing the same stuff over and over again because the actions that I teach you guys, the actions that you already know about, the actions that I do work, so I do them over and over and over and over and over and over again. Focus on the basics. When a lot of people get distracted, sometimes I see people become successful, not become successful. One of the reasons is they could get lazy. The other reason is they're trying to become creative, right? The reason I've never tried to do anything else is I still follow the outline of David's program. Guys, I bought David's program for a reason. You bought my program for a reason, right? Everyone here spent money on my program. My program, Next Level, never goes on sale. I never do discounts. It's the standard price. And eventually, I keep talking about it, but eventually I want to raise it to $997. I'd like to sell it for $2,000, but I don't think it'll get to that point. I eventually want to raise it for $997. You guys all bought the program, right? You guys bought the program for a reason. You guys agree with me on this? You bought it because you said, Aaron's got some good stuff going on in Next Level. I want to figure out it so I can apply it to my business. Figure it out and copy it, steal it, but don't try to reinvent the wheel. If I don't talk about something, it's probably not important, right? If you're like, well, Aaron, shouldn't I get custom t-shirts made that say my logo on them? I mean, that would be cool. It's not going to help you get business at all. I pick up phones like this. This is how I pick up phones. This is what I'm doing, and it's working out pretty good so far. To take it to the next level, says Remy. Absolutely. So number 2, guys, focus on the basics. Now, here's the problem. There's this thing called shiny object syndrome, and everything else looks sexy, right? So what most people do, can I be honest with you guys? I'm not going to call out anyone. I'm just going to talk about most people. What most people do on average is they don't commit to the fundamentals. They don't commit to the basics. They do it half-assed, or they don't do it at all, or they do it 75%, but not all the way. So they don't have the full success that they want. It's not that the basics don't work. They just don't do it consistently. Ask yourself, how many ads have you put up in all the platforms in the last 24 hours? How many ads have you posted every single day for the last month? Have you responded to all those leads? Have you went through the script with all those leads, followed up with them, made multiple offers, and done the reach out method? That's the basics. That's how it works. So most people don't do, not everyone, there's a fair amount of people that do it, but a handful of people don't. So because they don't take the right actions and they don't stick to the basics, they don't get the success that they want. And then they don't get the success that they want. There's like another part of their brain that's like looking for the secret magic trick. And then someone comes over here and they try to sell the secret magic trick. And the person goes, oh, the secret magic trick. I need the secret magic. That's why I'm not successful. Guys, are they not successful because they don't have the new secret magic trick? Or are they not successful because they're not 100% dedicated to focusing on the basics and focus on what works? Chris gave me emojis. I didn't even know you could send those on there. Huh, that's pretty cool. Guys, forget all the shiny objects. Focus on the basics. And you guys want to know a secret, powerful thing that happens when you focus on the basics and you do it day after day after day after day? When you focus on the basics and you do the same stuff every single day, you get better and better at the fundamentals, as Timothy just said, that work. You get better at it. You figure out new ways to get ads to stick that weren't sticking before, and now you get more ads to stick. I post on LetGo every day. I eventually figure out the services section and the free section, which I've shared with you guys. And now I post a few ads on LetGo. I can do like 10 to 15 grand a month just from LetGo because I'm posting on there, and I discovered other sections that work. I do a lot of message negotiation. So if I do the basics for one day and I take a couple days off, when I come back, I get really offended when someone rejects me. I get really emotional. I don't like to tell it to you guys, but I get emotional, right? Someone rejects me, even if they just say no thanks, it kind of pisses me off a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I get emotional even though I've gone through over 20,000 message negotiations. When I'm responding to 20, 30, 40 people a day like I'm supposed to, so maybe I'm responding, let's say 25 leads a day, and then I'm also reaching out to 20 people, people can tell me no or even cuss at me and it doesn't affect me emotionally. Before, if it affects me emotionally, I might go off on them, which I have done. I might just ignore the conversation, which is not right. I might retreat. I might say, screw this phone flipping thing. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go to the mall. I got money saved up. I don't need it. When I do the right actions every single day, it's easier for me to get through those people that are kind of mean or that are just straight up like rude to me. I won't even be affected emotionally if I'm on to them, doing the basics and responding to all these leads daily. And some of those people I can close. And if I don't close them, I just keep taking action and respond to more people I don't have any effect on me. Focus on the basics. Just do the basics. Forget about shiny object syndrome. Let's see. Uncle Drew. Fundamentals, not flashy, says Timothy. Absolutely right. Do you tell us the best sections in the apps in one of the videos in Next Level, says Maury. Absolutely. I'm going to show you the screenshot in Next Level. Lead Generation Blueprint. So if you go to that section, Lead Generation Blueprint, and getting ads to stick on the apps in the marketplace, just go through those videos. And I show you, like you guys have seen it. If you guys were on any of those videos, I will take out my phone and I will show you guys. I will post ads with you live. I'll show you guys all my ads, the ones that have stuck, the ones that didn't, and the titles that I use and exactly how to post. Also, if you go through like the group chats and you just search the group chats for like getting ads to stick on the apps, then any title like that, I walk you through it as well. Again, guys, show you the exact titles I use, the exact description, the exact images. Everything I do is transparent. I put it all out there. It's all breaking down in the videos, right? The reason we don't do everything in every group chat is it would take me, maybe 30 hours to teach everything. So it's broken down in the videos and the group chats. So number 2, guys, is focus on the basics. Number 1, focus on getting to the next step, fixing in the problem in front of you, and be laser focused on that. Step number 2 is focus on the basics. Step number 3, I've never really taught this before, but step number 3, guys, comes from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Be proactive. Give me a 1 in the chat if you know what be proactive means. If you don't, it's totally cool. We're going to go over it either way. But step number 3 is be proactive. So let me ask you guys a question. Chris says it's a good book. Well, Chris, I see you out there reading and growing. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. So let me ask, this is kind of one of my secrets. So you guys see me making 50, 60 grand a month, right? Sometimes I have slow months, right? I have good and bad months like everyone else. I had one month that was slow this year. My lowest month was only $22,000. Now I was on vacation for 10 days, but it's still kind of slow, right? So sometimes I have 30,000 months. Sometimes I have 60,000. Sometimes I have only $30,000 a month. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys ever see me asking a lot of questions in the group? Do you guys, and I'm talking about Next Level in David's group because I bought David's program, so I'm entitled to be in his group because I paid my 3 payments of $350. Do you guys ever see me asking questions or bitching in his group about problems that I have? Have you guys ever once seen me bitch about a problem? Now the question is it, so there's 2 parts of this. It's the problems. So it's the problems. We all have problems, right? Guys, when one of the reasons, so is it because I just know all the answers right away? I mean, was I born with all the answers? Is it because I wear a tank top and wake up at noon every day? Or is it because I'm pretty proactive and I'm very, 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 very good at solving problems? I'm very, 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 very good at solving problems. I had to figure out, guys, so I understand that you're only a series of actions away from having the results you want in your business. And actions are going to create problems. So I'm good at solving those problems. How did I get 22 Craigslist accounts fully verified? I had to go find people that I would send text messages to on Facebook, and I would pay them $3 to get Craigslist to send them a text message They would send a text message to me. I would use that to verify the Craigslist account. I would send them $3. So I made statuses that said, hey, who wants to make $3 doing nothing? When OfferUp banned my phone, OfferUp banned my first phone. I was making a bunch of accounts. I was getting ads to stick. They eventually banned my phone. I was like, I could have said, oh, crap, why does bad stuff always happen to me? But I said, all right, let's look at this. Because I know there's a formula for solving any problem. Let me look at the variables that I have and then I'm going to be calm, even though I was pissed off and freaking out. I'm going to try to be calm. Let me look at the different variables and figure out which, eventually, if I just keep taking enough action and do it smart, I'll be able to figure it out. So one of the things I did is I made a new offer. They banned my phone. I didn't know they banned my phone. I said, oh, they just banned my OfferUp account for the 20th time. Let me just log out and make a new OfferUp account. So I logged out. I made a new OfferUp account with a new email address. I tried to post some ads, but none of the ads posted, and I didn't get any views, and no one responded to my messages. I said, okay, well, that didn't work. What's the next step? Well, the next step, I guess, would be to uninstall and reinstall the app and use another email. So I uninstalled and reinstalled it. I had to create a whole nother email. I had to use a whole nother person's phone number to verify it, right? So it took me some time. I did that. I posted some warm-up ads. I reached out to people, but nothing was working. None of my posts, the warm-up posts, were showing, and no one was responding to any messages. So I said, I used all new email address, phone number, and account. I uninstalled and reinstalled the app. What's the next problem? The next thing would be, shit, maybe they banned my phone. So I went and I got a rented phone. It's around here somewhere. It's right here. I got a rented phone. I said, I know I can get OfferUp accounts to stick, right? I know I can create a new one because a normal person that's not me could just go and create a new OfferUp account. If they can do it, I can do it. I just got to figure out why mine's not working. Is it something they're tracking? Are they tracking a phone number? Maybe they're tracking the phone. I got this hoopty-doopty phone. I got this within a day. I created, again, a new email, a new phone number I had to pay $3 to, so one of my Facebook friends would verify it. Spending all this time, I got the OfferUp account, posted an ad, and the warm-up ad got some views and some messages. I started posting ads again from OfferUp, and I got it to work, and I figured out I solved the problem myself. I figured out the issue, and I had it solved, guys, within a day. Within 24 hours, I had this phone right here. I was posting ads, getting leads, and picking up phones from OfferUp. It was solved in a day. Number three reason is I'm very proactive. I'm very proactive at solving problems. And what happens is every now and then, guys, so anyone want to hear about some of the problems I have in my phone flipping business? I'll share with you guys stuff I haven't shared with anyone before, just because I'm kind of embarrassed, but just so you guys see that my business isn't all nuts, isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It might make you feel better, right? So I have times where I'll go and meet up with people and they flake or don't show up. I had a guy, guys, on OfferUp I was working on for I'm not going to cuss because I already cussed. I was working on for a freaking week, reaching out. He eventually agreed. I waited at the spot. I followed up with him for a week. Chris is like, I'm about to drill in the air and let's see the sucker fuck some shit up, all right? Mess up. Let's look at all of Aaron's problems, right? But it's good you guys see it so you see that I'm not human. It's good that I share it with you. I followed up with him for a week. He eventually agrees to sell to me. He says he's on his way and doesn't show up. I'm pissed off. I get at least 1 or 2 people a week that flake on me. Sometimes it's all back-to-back, and sometimes it happens. I had it where it was like 3 people in 2 days that all flaked on me. Guys, you think that makes me feel good? You think I like this business when that happens? I don't like it. I just deal with it, and I do it. I move forward, and I keep taking more actions. I follow up with more leads, and I just do it anyway. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys something I haven't shared with anyone yet, just because I feel like problems are weakness, and I just rather be proactive and deal with it, even if it doesn't feel. I'm going to share with you guys something I haven't shared with anyone. I didn't even tell David this. Okay, I don't even want to tell this to you guys. So, I don't even want to tell this to you guys. So, it was like 2 months ago. I had this person wanted to sell me some phones. Okay. They wanted to sell me some phones, and I wanted to buy the phones because I liked the money. So I said, all right, cool, yeah, we'll meet up. And she wanted to meet up downtown in like the corner thing. She wanted to meet up downtown by like these apartments. And it sounded kind of shady because it wasn't really a public place. And I know that I need to follow the format, so I need to do certain things like only meet in a public place, factory reset the phone before I buy it, do the bill of sale, all that good stuff, right? Make sure the phone's legit. That's okay, I'll meet you back there in the weird place. So I meet her, and she's like, actually, let's meet over here, right? So she wanted to meet, like, it was this real public place, and she wanted to meet, like, a block away where no one else was at, behind, like, this building. And I was like, this is kind of weird. I probably shouldn't do this. Probably shouldn't do this. Sounds kind of weird. Looking back on it, I probably shouldn't have done it. But I said, well, I want to meet somewhere public. I said, there's a gas station we can meet at. There's a restaurant we go. I just meet somewhere public, right? She goes, no, I don't want to meet somewhere public because I just don't want a lot of people seeing the phones. I should have gone with my gut, and what should I have done? What should I have done? Should have gone with my gut and not meet her, right? Public place or no meeting at all, right? If they don't want to meet somewhere public, if they don't want to do the bill of sale, if they want to send you the iCloud information when they get home because their kid has it and they don't have it, it's probably not a legit thing. Met her behind the thing. She opens up the trunk because the phone's supposed to be in the trunk. I'm waiting there. I'm a little bit nervous anyway. And as I'm waiting there, I feel this big set of arms grab me from the back, and it was a guy she had in the back that was attempted to rob me. This big guy grabs me. Now, I took like a couple classes on like basic self-defense, but nothing crazy. So he grabs me. I elbow him like this, right? And then I push away. He grabs me. I had like $2.5 grand in my pocket. Elbow him like this, and I push away because, I get in a fight or flight, and I run the other direction. I had all my money with me, but I had $600 in the little thing and the little cubby thing. They raided it. They took the money. I filed a police report. They tried to track it down. I never got it back. I lost $600. Shit happens. What did I learn from that lesson? It only happened once. It's the only time I've ever been robbed. Right? And they took it. It was 600, but $600 still $600, right? And scared the hell out of me. What did I learn from that situation? Stick to what works. We follow the basics, and we learn from our mistakes, right? I make sure I made a commitment right there to myself. Said, Aaron, never again. We're only meeting in super public places. And trust your gut, right? Donald Trump in one of his books says you want to trust your gut. I would be scared to mess with Aaron, right? Yeah, it wasn't. I just hit him I hit him hard, though. He was like on me. So I'm like, I'm going to get away from this dude, right? I hit him hard, ran away, and that was that. The other thing that happened, you guys want to know another thing that happened? eBay, they put like a mild restriction on my account that I think just got lifted to where I couldn't sell new phones on eBay for like a couple weeks. So I've been selling phones to a direct buyer, and I've been losing money and selling some phones I would sell as clean IMEI. I would sell to him at his bad IMEI price because I couldn't sell it on eBay. And there's a couple phones I lost $50 to $70 on because I let my account fall below standard. Guys, we all have fucking problems, right? We all have problems in this business. I just deal with it and understand it's part of business. Any business, you're going to have problems. Don't look for the business. Some people, they're jumping from business to business every single month. They're looking for the business that doesn't have any problems. All businesses have problems. The way you become successful is getting really good at dealing with the problems. You get really good at dealing with the problems and you self-correct yourself. Every now and then, guys, I'll appraise an item wrong. I think I mentioned this to us or someone a couple days ago in our chat. Every now and then I appraise an item wrong and I will break even or lose money. It happens once or twice a month. It's very common. Now, it's not like common like an everyday or every week thing, but it's very common where monthly there'll be a couple times where I'll appraise an item and I'll make $5 or $10 or I'll break even or I'll lose $20 or $30. So what happens after I do that? I don't make a status bitching about it on Facebook, right? I don't, and there's nothing wrong, right? If you want to express yourself, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling you what I do. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself at all. But I don't make a big 10 paragraph status. I just tell myself, all right, Aaron, you've gotten a little sloppy. You need to get your shit together when it comes back to appraising. Take your time. Make sure you look at everything. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll appraise it, and then I won't check, depending on if I'm using the eBay app or I'm using eBay from Internet Explorer. Sometimes it searches the sold listings by best item, and it'll show me items that sold like in March. So the items that sold in March are not good comparables about what's going on today, right? So sometimes I'm going fast and I'll forget to select search it by recently sold. I'll make a mistake. I'll buy it wrong, but I just self-correct myself. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is we all have problems. We all have issues. The third thing I did, though, that hit 450,000 in sales, though, is I'm very good at fixing those problems. So I'm going to give you guys a good format for fixing problems. The first thing is whenever you have a problem, the first thing I want you to do is check the back office of Next Level. Now, this is going to look a little different than yours because this is like from how I go in and edit stuff. But someone tell me an issue, a common issue in phone flipping. What's a common issue that you could have? Cool. I love that post right there. Find a crack on a Mint phone. Missing something on a phone. So let's talk about appraisals, right? So if you're like, Aaron, I'm having some issues with appraisals. So we could do a couple things. We could say, yeah, well, we could be like, well, my life sucks. I'm just bad at appraisals. That's just the way it is. And you could blame it on yourself. Second thing you could do is you could be like, well, the business sucks. The business just doesn't work. The third thing you could do is you could log in the back office of Next Level where every training I have in here is to address specific issues. And let's see if there's anything about appraisals. How to know what to pay for an item. Right there. Lesson number 5 in mechanical stuff. How to know what to pay for an item. And you can watch this video where I very in-depthly share with you exactly how to appraise pretty much every item. And I bet if we scroll through some of the group chats, right? Let's see how long it takes me. Full text, appraisals, appraisals. So I just did Control F and I searched appraisals. How to accurately appraise any item even if there's nothing to compare it to. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. If I'm having issues with appraisals and I watch this video right here and I watch this video right here about appraisals, and I watch lesson number 5 different lessons about how to know what to pay for an item. And I can tell you guys, because in some of the group chats, I do some role plays with you guys in a couple of those appraisal videos. We appraise like 3, 4, 5 different phones together. So you could go through the training. Then when I say, listen, tell me how much you would pay for this, you could stop the replay, appraise the item, and see if you got it fairly around the same price. If it was a couple months ago, it'll probably be it'll be a little bit less, and you can improve your negotiating skills. Who thinks if I did that process, if I just spent time doing that for an hour or two, my appraisal skills would go up? Give me a yes or no in the chat. What do you guys think? And I'm talking about significantly improved, not like a 2 or 3% increase. I'm talking about it'd be pretty decent. It's a pretty decent improve. I got a hell yes from Remy. I got a yes from Taylor. Now, guys, let me ask you guys, is that thing I'm doing right there, that little exercise, would that be considered being proactive? Would that be a proactive thing to do? Proactive means that you take charge and you take responsibility for your life. You don't blame your problems on anyone else. You don't, this is just the way I am. This is just the way the business is. Nothing ever seems to go right. This business doesn't work. Why does this happen to me? Or you can be proactive and you can say, what can I do to fix these situations for me? Guys, I've gotten so good at this because I've had a bunch of different businesses. I had to get good at this, right? You're not naturally, now just so you know, I don't expect you guys to be at the level I'm at. I had a bunch of businesses before this where I got really good at solving problems. I owned a detail shop. I started a restaurant. A physical restaurant. I started a kiosk at the mall. We sold fingernail polish strips. So you'd walk through the mall, and I had reps, and they'd reach out to you and try to stop you. So I got very good at this. This is a muscle you have to train and get very, very good at it, right? So you're not born with this. So if you're Aaron, I'm not at the level you're at. You're not supposed to be, right? I've been listening to 2 to 3 hours of self-improvement a day for 11 to 10 years straight, and I've had multiple businesses where I just had to force myself to where it just kind of becomes natural to me. I just want to make you aware of it so you start the process and understand the importance of being proactive with your problems and problem solving, right? When I would get the new iPhones, it would Guys, it would break my heart knowing I could sell this phone on eBay as clean eye and make another 50, 60, 70 bucks. I just sell it to my wholesaler, to a direct guy that only buys them as bad ESN and only make, instead of making 120, only make $60. I did it anyway. And then I made a mental note that, okay, once I get this ban lifted off eBay, which I think they just lifted it off like yesterday, then I'm going to make sure I take a little bit more care about my account to make sure that doesn't happen again. It was painful. I didn't like it, but I did it anyway, which leads us to step 4, which I heard Remy post about. Remy posted about this, which is something I do anyway, and it says, now Remy, you let me know if you do this as well. Step number 4 is do it regardless of how you feel. Do it anyway. F your feelings. Who cares how you feel? Remy, you're about that life too? I got a bunch of fire and yeses. Guys, I live by this. So, guys, let me tell you guys. I only teach you guys stuff that works, in case you guys didn't know that. I don't teach any fluff, bullshit, fairy stuff. I only teach you guys mechanical stuff that works to create wealth. That's why so many people that implement what I do get success, because I have such it's like a complete program, and it's only stuff that I do. So, in the beginning, guys, when I bought David's program, I had $100. I started with $100. So I was like motivated by like wanting to quit my job and making money. Like I was fully motivated. I didn't care. I'm like, body to the wall, fully motivated, going after it. I got to go. Time to get a massage. Hey, Chris, you're getting a massage. No worries, Chris. Have a good day. It was good seeing you on here, Chris. What happened, though, is once I get some money saved, my motivation changed. Because before I was motivated to quit my job and just make enough to pay bills, guys, I'm at a point now I got almost 80 grand saved up in my checking account, right? Not in PayPal. It sits in the checking account, and I know this because I look at it all the time because I like the way it looks. Makes me feel good. So now I got to have another motivation. The motivation I have is just making this business work. So now what I'll do is I'll wake up, right? I don't have to respond to ads. I do whatever I want, right? I could literally not make money for a year plus and just be able to live. Go to the gym, go to the movies. I do whatever I want to do. However, I want to make more money because I like making money. And this is the business I decided. And also, the more money I make, the further I get away from ever having to get a job, right? The more time it gives me. That's how I look at it. So I'll wake up, guys. I'm not in the best mood, right? I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not really in a good mood. I don't really feel too good. I haven't pumped myself. I just turn my phone on. I open up one of the apps. I open up Let Go. All right, and I start responding to people. Now, I use a script, of course, and I use shortcuts. I use this item, what's it called? TextStand Pro. It's like TextStand Pro, so it allows me to hit two letters, and it types out the whole thing. Awesome, what company is it with, right? Any problems with it? TextStand Plus. I'll write it in the chat. TextStand Plus. I think it's like $2 or $3. So it's a great thing. It's short codes, right? I got the gas station I like to meet at, so I have that address there. Awesome, Can we meet at the Quick Trip on Lindbergh 270, Space Pace QT? I hit the letters QTBM. Boom, it sends the address. It's beautiful. So I wake up. I don't really have to, and I start responding to the leads. I just kind of do it. I don't really feel good about it. I don't make sure I'm in the right state. I'm not in the right mood. I just do it. And people started to tell me no. People tell me to screw off, right? When they're telling that to me, guys, I don't really feel good. I don't feel good. It doesn't make me feel good, right? I don't even have to deal with it anymore because I can take a year off if I wanted, right? However, I just do it anyway. This is the business that I decided to master. This is the business that I'm doing. I'm fully committed to it. I'm doing it anyway. And then I eventually, as I'm there, kind of, right? And guys, it's not really fun because I'm saying the same stuff, right? Hey, I totally understand. It's a great phone. To be honest, I need some more of those phones. If I were to meet you today and pay cash, what would you be, how much would you be looking to get for it? I'm looking to get. I totally understand. I buy and sell, so the highest I can go is X. Is there any way, you couldn't do 160 if I made today with, I'm saying the same stuff over and over again. Over and over again, guys. And sometimes, guys, I do it all day and I don't get a phone. Sometimes I do it all day and I don't get anything. Sometimes I do it, though, and I pick up a few phones. Sometimes I pick up 5 or 6 phones. It just works. It just depends, right? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Well, the business always works, but sometimes you have to run the numbers, right? Sometimes you got to go through 20, 30 leads to get a yes. Sometimes you message 5 people, and the first 3 people say yes. You meet up with them, and you make $400 or $500. And it turns out they got other phones, right? It's just a business. Number 4, the fourth step that I followed that allowed me to do $450,000 a year, guys, I just did it anyway, regardless of how you feel. You don't have to be in the right state. You don't even have to think that it works, right? I've been through some self-improvement, and they're like, oh, you have to believe that it'll work in order for you to have success, guys. Sometimes I make lowball offers, they accept it, and I still don't believe that they accept it. I'm going to meet up with them, and still to this very day, I think there's going to be an issue with the phone. It's going to be the wrong phone. They're not going to have their driver's license. They're not going to show up. It's going to have a crack. I get there. The phone is exactly as is, and they sell it to me. I did the reach-out method like a month ago. I bought an S9 Plus AT&T. I offered him, he had it listed for like a week and no one bought it. I offered him $260, guys. I did the boss lowball offer. He said yes. I'm like, this dude is not going to show up. There's some issue. It's got to be a scam. He's had it listed for a week and no one bought it, right? I didn't believe it myself. I sent him the address by me. He comes to the Quick Trip. It's in mint condition. I bought it this clean IMEI, sold it about 3 weeks ago now. It's clean IMEI for like, I don't know, $500. Made like a couple $100 on it. No issues whatsoever. Perfect condition. Just how it is. Remy says, push through the wait times. Way better. Yep, you got to push through the bad times. Remy says, happened to me today. Got lucky, right? That's how it is, guys. I do it anyway. You don't have to feel a certain way. Taking the correct actions will get you the results and make you money in this business. Not your mental state, not being in the right place. Now, all that stuff's good, right? You should be positive. I will self-talk myself, right? I'll write down my goals, so I'm all about that. But I do that a lot of times because it just kind of helps me stay focused. You don't need that. If you just take the right actions, you'll get results. Let me ask you guys a question. Let's say that I didn't believe eating right and going to the gym would make me lose weight. But I ate right and went to the gym anyway, and I did it for a month. At the end of the month, am I going to lose weight? Yes or no? What do you guys think? I'm eating 1,000 calories a day on a strict calorie-restricted diet. I'm exercising hard every day. I'm doing everything right in order to lose weight. At the end of that month, am I going to be 5 or 10 pounds, if not more, less than I was before? The answer is yes, I will. But I don't even have to believe it'll work. Just do it anyway and allow the process to work. Step number 5, the final step, is repeat step 1 through 4. Focus on the next step. The next step. Focus on the basics, be proactive, and do it anyway. You do these steps, guys. I just gave you the blueprint. You follow these 4 steps, these 5 steps, and you do it every single day for a year, you will hit your income goals. Pretty much guarantee it. But it's up to you to hit your income goals. Focus on the next step. Just worry about getting to the next step. Focus on the basics. Forget about everything else. Guys, that's why I don't know questions. Some people ask me questions. Aaron, what's the difference between GSM and CDMA? I don't know. Why would I don't need to know that to make money in this business, so I don't know it. I don't know. What's the cost, Aaron, to make an iPhone? I don't know that stuff. That stuff's not going to help me make money. I know a bunch of ways to get people down in price, though. I got like 10 different ways to get ads to stick. I got a bunch of different ways to get accounts. I have knowledge on the stuff that's going to make money. I don't care about any of the other stuff. I never plan on learning any of the other stuff. So that's what I got for you guys. Give me a 1 in the chat if this makes sense and if this group chat was helpful to you. And then we're about to wrap it up. Cool. I got a 1 from Timothy, got a bunch of 1s from Remy, 1 from Shannon. Ooh, I even got a 1, 2, 1 from Remy, 1 from Tyler. All right, fantastic. Guys, sometimes I go over mechanical stuff. Sometimes I go over self-improvement stuff. Sometimes I go over big picture stuff because you have to understand all these different components to make money in this business. And what I do is I strategically will do different talks on different things so you guys have all the pieces you need. You need to know the words to say to close people. You also need to know the big picture overview. You also got to understand stuff like we all have problems, and problems are just kind of part of business. All right, fantastic, Timothy. That's how it is. So that's what I got for you guys. It was great hanging out with you guys. We'll go over the next thing I talked about on Monday just because we don't have time and I do got to get going. It was great hanging out with you guys, though. I love hanging out with you guys. I love sharing this knowledge with you guys just because it's cool. You guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Remy made $90 while watching this. Fantastic. Any success you guys have, post it in the Facebook group so we can celebrate your success. And, of course, any questions, post it in the group as well. I don't want you to think that, oh, Aaron, I can't ask questions because you said no. Oh, that's just me. Any questions you have, feel free to post it in the group, right? I'm happy to help you out. But also make sure you check the back office and see if maybe there's already some training about it already, and you can just watch the training and fix it as well, right? But any questions you have, right, you feel free to post in the back off or in the Facebook group. That's what it's there for, and I wanted you to do that because I want to make sure that you get the help that you want. It was great hanging out with you guys. You guys have a fantastic day. Have a great Thanksgiving. I will see you guys on